We from Brooklyn, we're scrapping, it's part of life. So we happen to be the type of journalists to start a fight. I was raised in Gleason's, I was in the precinct, but I beat the case with my sweet peak defense. You drinking if you think you beating us. If I have to, I'ma put on Margarito's gloves. I'm in the Barclays like I own it. What you expected? The way I seized the moment, they thought I was epileptic. The fight game can't survive without me. I throw shots that make fighters spit out their mouthpiece. Never days off, only days on. I represent the hood like I'm Trayvon. These moments in boxing are so proper, like when Floyd told Oscar he beat his whole roster. It's our action that speaks the loudest. Though we the sweet scientists, they ain't nothing sweet about us.
All right, fans, what's going on? It's your boy Ak.
This is Barack, the boxing bully.
We are the sweet scientists on ThisIs50.com. This is Fight Week in New York City. November 4th is going down for the heavyweight championship. And friend to the room, always a pleasure to have him, the bronze bomber, Deontay Wilder. One time for Deontay Wilder, folks. Listen, we just left the press conference. Intense. When I say intense, at least, you know, from the people watching, it felt real. And you keep your cool. You know, Berman had, I don't know if it's Berman. He had a couple of, I guess negative things to say, saying he doesn't fear for your life because you out in the media you were saying you fear you might kill this dude. You know what I mean? What was your energy like? Take me to that moment when you were sitting by and Berman was talking, and was he getting under your skin? How do you feel at that moment?
No fight. No man get under my skin, no woman. You know what I mean? They don't get under my skin. You know, as a black man as dark as I am, it's thick. So it's hard to get under.
That's true.
You feel me?
I'm sorry, light skin. Sorry, light skin.
Listen, around the summertime, I tan real good.
You got that thin skin. You got that thin skin.
But you know, like I said before, I'm in the perfect business. You know, when we sign up for this, we sign our life over. Right. It's just like the slaves did in the UK when they signed over they freedom for rights and privileges. We was from Manila and then handed them a Bible.
Right.
So he need to be reading the Bible tonight because come Saturday, it's a death sentence for him.
And I heard you say before we started rolling that you're in the perfect business. You get a chance. It's like a free pass to slaughter somebody and get paid for it. I mean, is that how you really look at it?
Almost definitely. Slaughter them and get paid for it and go home with my family. Because I will be going home with my family and Sophia the belt. I will.
But before he did the death threat, because that's actually what he did, he said he doesn't fear of taking your life or something like that. Right. So it's like, before that, were you this angry?
I wasn't. You know, I was really drained and exhausted because I've been selling this fight by myself. Look at him, you know what I mean? He hasn't been on the scene almost 2.5 years. Only thing he has been doing is sitting on his couch, probably with his shirt out, with his underwear, thinking about another man that is me. What kind of shit is that? You know what I mean? And the thing about Deontay Wilder, I don't care about the cameras. I don't care about the media. I don't care about that stuff. I don't care about that fame. You know what I mean? But when I speak, I mean what I say.
You got to give credit to Don King a little bit. He helped Berman a little bit. I mean, even though he's 90 years old, he still got it. I mean, he made a few people chuckle and laugh at the press conference. So if Berman can't sell it, at least Don's helping him a little bit.
Yeah, Don's been around for a long time, man. Yeah. He know the ins and outs of this business. He know what to say. He know what to do. You know, and that's why I respect Don and I love Don for that. You know, Don is Don. He's a businessman. A lot of people have their own opinion about Don, but at the end of the day, Don is a businessman. You gotta love him.
I noticed that he's the only one that could say Berman's gonna take your title, and you laugh about it, and it's all good. Don, you can say that. You know, you don't put in your years already.
But Don don't believe that himself. Don don't believe that. Don is doing what a promoter has to do with his fighter. Don, no. I won't even spread the business, you know, because that's their business. I ain't no messy type of dude. You know what I mean? I come in peace and love until I get in the ring. Then all peace hell broke. It's hell.
We got to tell our fans what happened at the presser. What happened at the presser was Don said, Deontay Wilder, I know him well, I love him. He's a man of his word. He said if Berman is going to win, if Berman beats him, he's going to retire. And he says, but after you retire, there's an open door to my office to come work for me, for me to promote you. So Don King offered him a promotion.
And Don did say that if you want to be great like Ali, you got to take a loss first.
He said, you ain't lose yet, so you ain't really like Ali yet.
But that's not on your plan, on your
not
path.
At all. Not at all. I will unify the division. I will be the undisputed. I will be the undefeated heavyweight champion of the world. And I promise you that. When I say I promise, that's the promise of the world. When I tell people I promise, I mean it, because a promise means a lot to me, because a lot of things were promised to me in life.
It wasn't delivered.
It wasn't fulfilled.
Now, fighters always come up with excuses after taking a loss, right? That's been going on in history. Now, does any part of you worry about maybe he wasn't 100% that fight, and do I have to look for something else? Does anything about Berman worry you?
Nothing about Berman worries me. I beat this man 12 rounds convincingly.
What round did you break your hand?
The third round. I broke my hand in the third round, but I came in with an injury of my eye. I only saw black and white out of his eye.
But you didn't talk about it much. You didn't bring it up because you didn't want to bring up.
I didn't. You know, when this is the fight game, I can't tell you where I'm weak at.
You did. Right,
I can't. Why would I reveal where I'm weak at? Why would I show it?
Smart.
You know, in boxing, it's a chess game, and it's also a poker game as well too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You gotta have both. You gotta know how to understand how to mix both together. Because if you don't, if I smell blood and if I see you wounded,
You gotta have the poker face. I
I'm
got
about
you.
to eat you.
You gotta have the poker face. Wow. So which hand did you break?
I broke my right hand, of course.
But you was
money
throwing
punch.
it. You was throwing it still
Still
though.
throw it. I throw it like a bat from hell. And that's what you got to do. You think about me, what's different between me and all these other fighters is that I'm willing to go the extra mile. I'm willing to work even more harder than you. If you think you're tough, I'm tougher. You think you're strong, I'm the strongest. You think you hit hard, I hit the hardest. And that's just how I always been. It's always feel like in life I always had something to prove to people. People always doubted me. They always said I wouldn't do this. They always said I couldn't do that. But
And
who is you to determine?
You still feel that way, kind of.
Who was there to determine my destiny and my fate?
Are you a little disappointed that the opponent isn't Luis Ortiz, only because the media was saying this is the guy that Deontay's gonna have trouble with? So were you kind of like, oh, I gotta fight this dude again?
Man, you know, being that this is the last time for Brooklyn at the Barclays Center to have the last fight.
What do you mean? This year?
This year, for this year.
Closing it
I'm
out.
sorry.
I'm out the move. I got the move wherever y'all going.
I'm sorry. This is the last fight of the year.
Right.
And, you know, it's special to me to come here to Brooklyn and fight at the Barclays Center because the hell of a love that they showed me the last time with Arthur Spuker.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I gained a lot of fans from that fight. They came out to watch me. And
he put Spooker to sleep.
Put him
I
to
can't
sleep.
pronounce his name.
So every time I walk around, whether people know me or not, they come up, they take pictures, and the ones that know, they never forget what happened in Brooklyn. You know, so now I'm here again. What better place to be?
And you're so confident when you knock somebody out. You do a little shuffle, a little dance, like
You know they ain't getting back
like,
up.
yeah, he don't worry about them. I gotta get ready. This dude get back up.
Now he start taking off his gloves and everything. He ready.
Do you feel it? Do you feel a crack when you land like this dude's hurt and he ain't getting up?
You know, when I do feel it, then I know that I probably hurt them or buzzed them. But when I don't feel it, I know it's
over.
It's over. When you don't feel it.
Damn.
And you know you hit them and you don't feel it.
Right.
You know the chin is like slicing cheese.
You know what made me realize that you are that champion that America could stand behind is when I was watching a different interview and you got choked up talking about how badly you wanted to fight Ortiz. That doesn't really happen.
Right.
You got the most feared man in boxing. Everybody on social media is saying you're ducking him.
Right.
And you over here getting choked up like,
Because you want
I
to prove
really wanted to fight this man.
Bro, to be honest, I shed a couple of tears, a few tears. I want to say a few tears, you know. It brought me back to the stage when I was young, when I used to huff and puff, and them tears come
Right,
down.
out of
and
anger,
man,
you
are
just crying.
what?
Yeah,
You know, boy, that boy finna hurt somebody. You
Right.
know, you had a little
Right.
devil mark.
Rage, yeah.
It went back to that same feeling right there, you know, because I really want to, you know, I want to prove myself to the world that I am the best. I know I'm the best. This ain't what I think. This is what I know from my heart.
Did you appreciate what Don King said about you? Because on the low, yeah, he's promoting Berman, but he said a lot.
said, like, he
he
said
kind
more
of gave
good
you,
things about
he
Deontay.
gave you an incredible introduction. He
Most
called you Muhammad Ali. Now
definitely.
he joked at the end, but he said how you're gonna lead your people, you're gonna stop a lot of violence, and you're gonna start in Alabama.
Yeah.
You know what?
That's
Listen,
a lot he
bro,
said.
Adding to what you're saying right now, another thing that Deontay impressed me with at the presser was, though this man is very confident, he wants to kill his opponent in the ring, he's still, even with a guy that has so much animosity to him right there, he's still saying, you know, why do we hate each other so much? Us black, why we're not supportive? Why can't we be sportsmen and where the hate coming from. And that's something that people can stand behind.
And that just showed that what Don King said was absolutely
Right,
true. You went
exactly.
right up there and you preached to us all.
Definitely.
So you genuinely feel that way.
I feel that way, and it's a shame that it has to be that way because so much of the suffering and pain that black people has been through in history. See, nobody wants to talk about history. They don't want to bring up history because why? It's pain come behind that.
Right.
When you see pictures of black men and women being hanged with ropes behind their back, they ain't have a chance to even try to take the rope off their head. Right. It's just out. Or you see them in the streets, rope behind their back and fire coming from them where they be burnt alive, man, that make you angry. Right. And still to this day, fast forward, still in this modern time, still dealing with same situations. But the thing about it, we doing what the white people want us to do. To still commit these crimes, still hate each other. Like I said, we can't even walk down the street now without sizing people up and looking at. We can't say, hey, how are you? How
you
doing?
say that, somebody gonna be like, you know me from somewhere?
Yeah.
What's up?
And it
See,
shouldn't
Barack
be like
used to
that.
be like that back in the day. You can't even say what's up to this dude.
Before Jesus Christ, yes, I was that dude. But I'm saying after you knock him out like you say you will you go over to him and hug him?
That's if I don't do what I said I'm gonna do.
And what's
if
that?
God save him.
Stretch him.
I ain't gonna stretch him. I'm about to kill him.
Right.
I'm about to K-I-L-L.
That's a good question. Do you think you could get to that point, like after it's all said and done, to shake this man's hand and say like, yo, it's over, or is there too much bad blood so far?
Not for me. I come in love and peace.
Right.
You can ask my circle.
Right.
All my people speak positivity. If negative try to come in my circle, we exit out. I don't want to hear negative. I don't want to see negative. I don't even look at the news. We barely even look at the TV. We have conversations amongst each other. Right. We have conversations amongst each other like black men should do.
Right.
It's crazy.
Positive talk.
It's positive stuff. So if he do survive, I can be a man to start out, man, I want to hug him.
Wow.
I want to let him know, bro, it ain't nothing against you personally. This is just the business that we have to do. In the environment that I'm in, I'm the bronze bomber. Outside the ring, I'm Deontay Wilder. I come in peace. I want to gather my people and show that we can love each other. We don't have to do this crazy shit that these people want to see us do. They done brainwashed us so much with all this stuff, all this negative stuff. But when we do come together, when we do get out of that brainwashed mentality, so many people gonna fear us.
Amen.
I don't want to look past Stiverne, but let's talk Anthony Joshua. We can't talk to you without talking Anthony Joshua. What do you think? How do you grade his performance?
Well, his last performance, he was okay. You know, my thing about Anthony Joshua after that fight, I was like licking my chops. I swear to God, I was on the edge of my seat. I was like, all right, here it is, baby. He's gonna call me out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And when that moment, that opportunity presented itself, it didn't happen. And that shit made me cringe. I'm like, what the? You're a champion.
Why? Why don't you think he calls you out?
Because he's feared. He's fearful of what's gonna happen. I'm the blockage to what they doing. All that stuff they doing over there looks good. It looks good, it sounds good, but we know the truth. We know the real numbers of what they do and stuff. We know the truth of what's going on. And they already know the mecca of boxing is always and forever will be in America. You make the most money and you get the more population. This is the mecca of boxing. If they charging $19.95, what we charging? $16.95 and up. Look at Floyd. Why you think if he needed more money and stuff, he would have went over there? If he would have went over there, he would have look what he would have done. They would have been packed out and stuff like that, but he was like, shit, Floyd was like, man, I'm going back to America, man. Over there in England and all that and stuff like that. Of course, you know, they're a small country. Right. We 3 times size, and they on the size of Texas. Right. It's easy for them to go to point A to point B and travel. But we got to go all the way over here. Just imagine somebody coming from LA traveling to New York. That's a long ride or a drive or something like that. But hey.
You think that Eddie Hearn, maybe that's an excuse
to
stay away from Deontay, knowing that that you're not, would you, I mean, I've heard you say you would go over there.
Let me take my cloth out because I'm going to preach, man.
Uh-oh.
Let me take my cloth out.
Go ahead now.
Because first off, you know, when he tried to use a Dylan White, come on, come on, man.
Yeah, that was whack.
I fought Johan Duhaupas that knocked out Robert Helenius. Since I'm fighting Bomb. My Bomb knocked out one of their guys. Now they probably call him a bomb now. You know, Dylan White almost got beat by him. Actually, got rocked and everything. Went 12 rounds with him, man. Couldn't knock him out, but my so-called bomb went over there and knocked him out. But they want me to fight a Dylan White before I can get to AJ. But not only that, they don't even want to put him on the contract of fighting me. It's a distraction. They always, when does social media numbers or money stop the best fighting the best? When did we care about that? We always talk about back in the day, so let's keep it real. Back in the day, they didn't have none of that. The best fought the best because I declared war upon you. And I said I declared war upon AJ. But you know what? The tables are turned now.
Shouldn't winners fight winners? Champions fight champions?
Championship fight
Why are we talking about other people
It's
who are
a
not even
small
champions?
division. Yeah. And the thing about AJ, he's still a black man. And you know what? In England, that's what the trade, the slave trade started in England.
Right.
So they're going to praise that black man so far and so high until they're going to stop believing their own bullshit, and then they're going to start declining. I want to see him fight somebody.
Oh, you're looking at it deeper.
What? Well, you gotta. It ain't like he was a David Price. If he was a David Price, they wouldn't care.
Right.
They wouldn't care.
Listen, Deontay, let's be honest. Let's look at it as a business, right? So you and Anthony obviously are the biggest heavyweights in the world, right? So on the business side, won't we want to kind of create some anticipation and wait for that fight a little bit? I mean, we don't fight right away, then what?
No. Why? The fight is already big enough. This is what the people are asking for. They is hungry. Right. They want their bellies filled with this fight. It don't no need to advertise it no more. All you got to do is make the date, and the people will be there. Hey, I can look what's going on in the world right now. Look at this man just hit 8 people with a car or something like that. That could have been me. That could have been one of us or whatever. And that's it. Now there's a big fight in history that didn't happen. People, you know what I mean? Why make it more bigger? Why be greedy? This is only his promoter trying to make it bigger because his promoter is a spoiled brat.
Right.
He grew up in money. All he see is money. We see AJ is just a guinea pig to the money. And I'm the blockage to that. He's money before loyalty, while we're loyalty before anything. You feel me? So now he using him. Even his voice cracks when he's mentioning my name. Of course, he's the promoter. We'll fight Deontay then because he contradicts himself all the time. First, he's saying,
some crazy statements too. What was it?
Man.
What he said lately? Eddie Hearn.
Oh, he said he wanted an 11-inch penis because he
That
was
wasn't
referring to. He was referring to. Well, not to him maybe, but some. But he was referring to that. You saying that you want $7 million, and he's saying that that's just not happening.
That's for Dylan White. Why would a champion lower himself down to a peasant? I'm a king.
Right.
I'm a king. I'm declaring war on their kingdom, of their king. Why am I gonna fight a peasant? I'm gonna throw an apple at it and probably some spoiled lettuce. You can eat that. But you know what I'm saying? But he tried to avoid everything. He tried to make all his excuses for me not getting to AJ. But like I said, it's gonna be they gonna crawl in. They getting tight. It's just like even on social media. Now, when people come at me, it's like 3 or 4 Americans coming in on them. The tables have turned now. Okay. So they're gonna push it so far until they go stake up the place. They ain't gonna need him to fight.
I had a conversation with a British gentleman, and what he was telling me in regard to the sport over there was that whites, blacks, all ethnicities support the sport over there. So you have in the stadium people are coming to watch Anthony Joshua of all races and all ethnicities, and the fighters here don't get that same support. Do you feel that?
Oh, that's definitely true. See, in America, we rather adopt other foreign countries than stand side by side with our own.
Yeah.
Why? Why is that?
You think you could change that though?
I don't know. That's gonna be a big task. You know what I mean?
Right.
Don calling me the Muhammad Ali. I want to change that. That's why I want to prove to the world so bad that I am the best. And I think once we have one champion, one face, one name, Deontay Wilder, that cycle will start to change. And if I don't change it, then somebody behind me, because what I've done for fighters. See, I'm not just changing for the division. I want to change it for every black fighter in the division, because there's a lot of great fighters that don't get their due just. You got one man right behind you, don't get his due just, and fight the best. And still, you got Andre Ward that's retired. Look what he done. Even since a kid, growing up, gold medalist, still fought the best of the best, and he still don't get his just due.
Right. And I think that this new system of building fighters up, so high just to get the, capitalize on the most amount of money, I think it's flawed, because I feel like let everybody fight each other now, have one champion, and then let everybody challenge the champion, person after person, and that's how it should be, because the world is split because you have so-called 2 champions. So the world is split. Let them fight. We can only have one, and then let everybody else come after that.
That's how the heavyweight division should be, because we're small. And with all these other divisions, I don't think unifying mean more as far as division as a whole. I don't think it means that much as in the heavyweight division, because all these other divisions, they got numbers.
Yes.
They bigger. The heavyweight division is small, so it's a must to have one champion, one face, one name. And I said Deontay Wilder. That's gonna make the division even more exciting. That all these guys, you got 4 major belts, all these mandatories, 1 and 2, even 3. He can't do nothing but fight the best.
These sanctioning bodies, they're not trying to let that money go, and those belts are so nostalgic. It's gonna be tough to get rid of those belts.
But check this out. When you have a champion over there in the UK and you have a champion in America, you know what that can do? UK fighters don't need to watch when Deontay Wilder's fighting because in their mind, they already have a champion.
Right.
But if he beats him or vice versa, if somebody wins, it's no choice. But if you love boxing, you just got to watch.
What about the narrative of if you're the world champion, the heavyweight world champion, you should fight the way Ali did in different parts of the world. Same thing goes for Anthony Joshua, saying he won't fight outside of the UK.
Exactly.
What about, Deontay obviously was willing to fight overseas, so why nobody brings that up? I need to talk to Anthony Joshua.
He said that before.
I done fought in Mexico 3 times. I done fought in Puerto Rico 1 time. I done even fought in England 1 time. I was going to Russia to make my name, to make the statement, to be the first champion.
World champion.
To defend my title in Russia. I was going to his backyard to whoop his ass, and I told him I was going to do it.
And you were the champ.
Well, what happened? But they want to stay. We should stay in England, and we're doing okay here. Why should we go over there? What do you mean? You said that your title says the heavyweight champion of the world. Not the local champion. You know what I'm saying? Not of your country, of the world. Why do you want to come over here? The most money is here. People, more population. But the thing about it, Joshua knows that he don't have no name here. But he want to fight every other American. He want to fight a Klitschko to come to America, but you only want to fight the man that the king of the division here in America.
You're both young. You're both good looking. You're both undefeated. You both are knocking everybody out just about. It says nothing but let's do it now.
It's bound to happen.
Now we love Joshua. We think he's a great champion, but that doesn't mean in your heart you think that's your toughest fight. Do you think who do you think is your toughest fight?
Nobody's a tough fight for me. You know what I mean? Until I get in the ring with him. Then my mind may change. But I don't know until these guys get in the ring with me. I don't even know. I think I'm the best. In my heart, I says I'm the best. Like I said, my mouth is just a translation to what my heart says. You know? So I think and I know I'm the best, but until we get in the ring, until I get in the ring with the best, who knows?
Deontay, you want that fight next. Do you want Anthony Joshua? If you get past Stiverne, are you going to call Al and say, Al, I need this fight to happen. We have to do whatever we have to do to make this fight happen.
Oh, Al working.
Is that your mindset?
Al's working. Don't worry. Al's working. We talk all the time. We got plans. You know what I mean?
Okay.
The thing about it, me and AJ need each other, but we don't need each other. We've been surviving all this time without each other. It don't stop right there, but we need each other to see who's the best.
But it's brewing and it's becoming.
It's growing, and they can't deny it. They're not going to be able to hide no more. Anything they do, they ain't going to want to see him fight nobody. How long they think they're going to be able to do that?
Are you confident enough to say winner takes all and put your purse on the line against Berman?
Well, I don't think they'll ever let that happen because they don't want a man to get abused and beaten
for nothing.
You know what I mean? Because they need to have the time. They don't have. You have to have your own insurance nowadays. You know what I mean? Because that little insurance, what they put up for the fight, that ain't gonna be nothing, really. You know what I'm saying? You still have to spend money. So each and every time I fight a guy, I'm trying to take you to the hospital. You ain't gonna enjoy. You gonna enjoy certain parts and bits of your money. You know what I'm saying?
After
because
after you recover.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, 15 minutes can save you 15%.
Listen, so you're predicting a knockout.
Oh man, death by sentence. Death by sentence. Death by sentence, and I'm standing by my word. And if it don't happen that way, then God spared his life.
Would you really
if he beat me, I'm done. If Stiverne beat Deontay Wilder, I am done. You got it on camera. You got it on camera. That's my word. I've always been a man of my word.
Listen, folks, you cannot miss this. This is the rematch, Deontay Wilder versus Stiverne, this Saturday live on Showtime, November 4th at the Barclays Center. Sweet Scientist, this is 50.com. We out of here.